What's up, guys? We are back once again, and I was kind of debating if I was even going to watch this or not. I was back and forth with it for Star Wars Visions, and there's a lot to take away from this. First off, whether you love this, you hate it, or you're in between, give it a shot if you are a Star Wars fan. There may be something in this for everybody. Also, if you like animation, if you like anime, you may like this. You may like all of it. You may like a few episodes. You may like, there is there's a lot of what I like. And again, there was some of this that I liked, and there was some of it I was not too big of a fan of. And I will say one of my top. I'll give you my top episodes that I really liked in this. And again, each one is about 15 to 20, about 25 minutes long. It ain't too long. And they all have where it's a certain story in different time frames. One of them that was literally, I think, my favorite was the very first one, the duel, where we got to see a Ronin character face off against a rogue Sith Lord. And it turns out he had a red lightsaber and he was killing supposed Sith Lords. And he was going up against her, and she had a weird mechanical thing that enhanced her lightsaber hilt, which was really cool. And I enjoyed that. I did. I think that was pretty cool what they did, having a lot of these in different types of Jedi slash uh, just different scenarios. And I think they did very well with this. I really enjoyed that one. Like I said, I think that was probably my favorite one. Then my second favorite one was probably the Elder, the one where we got to see a master and a young Jedi face off against this older man that was supposedly a Sith Lord, or a once supposable Sith Lord. I think he was pretty cool. Now, again, I like to see that story go further to see exactly what he was, someone of the ancient warriors of the Sith. Again, a lot of these stories that I'm talking about here, guys, I really do think there's, all of them. I think all of them should be given a chance to go further into more detail about what they're about, because I think each story has a reason to show, and especially, again, if you're a fan of animation, that this is something I think everybody can get into. Now, I will say that that one was rather interesting. I really enjoyed that one. I enjoyed the Ninth Jedi as well, for ones trying to find Jedi during, I guess, the Empire reign, and also that the ones that did show up were actually Sith, and that the main character's father was a lightsaber maker somehow, and she actually was a Force wielder, and the survivalists were trying to be a to make the Jedi Order once again, so that was cool. And then the other one was that on episode 2, Tatooine, the one with the band, the Jedi becoming a singer. And then what's really cool is you get to see Boba Fett in this, and I thought it was cool at the very end how he's jamming out to the music, and it was even voiced by Tamir Morrison, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm very happy he was able to show in this. Be able to voice the character, and I thought that was amazing that, hey, they're going to get him to voice the character. And then the other one I did enjoy, surprisingly, was the other one that had to do with Lope and Ocho, where the bunny girl, who is she was a slave, and then she became into part of the family of a Japanese family, and when the Empire invades, she has to honor her adoptive father, but at the same time she's going up against her sister, who wants to be loyal to the Empire, because she thinks, I guess, that's how they're going to be able to survive. So I enjoyed that that little storyline as well, because again, it's sort of like the same thing. Again, if you've ever seen the movie like The Last Samurai or 47 Ronin, it really gave me those kind of vibes, and I really enjoyed it. And again, me being such a huge fan of anime, there was parts about a lot of these animation styles I liked, and some of them I was not a big fan of. Some of them I thought they could have been better, others I thought they could be worse. And one of the ones that I enjoyed, but at the same time I did not enjoy, was probably the Village Bride. That one, I like the way that they did this with this Jedi having some type of an issue, and she comes out and she handles this save this village for giving, I guess, their prize, you know, woman that's going to be the bride to someone. That way she can make a peace offering with the Empire, and then someone that's visiting the family gets revealed that she's a Jedi Knight and everything. So again, that was pretty cool. Now I'm getting close to some of the worst ones I've seen. Again, let me rephrase this, guys. Everything I know is fantasy in Star Wars. We all know this, but at the same time, if you are a true Star Wars fan, not let me phrase it, not a true Star Wars fan, but if you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna go, okay, well, that doesn't seem right, that doesn't look right. Now, again, a lot of this is in different time frames, a lot of this is made up. Again, we all know this. Again, Star Wars is made up, but again, there was probably one of the most episodes that really, well, the two episodes that really had me, like, really, was one, the twins. We had like these two twins that were born, and they were supposable, you know, dark users, and they were going to start destroying planets like the Death Star, and then they were having this big fight out in open space, and they were able to, you know, survive during space. And I'm like, okay, how can they do that when, first off, they have no helmets to, you know, survive in space? They have no, you know, respirators to, you know, have over their face while they're fighting. That made no sense to me. That's just me nitpicking. It was a cool fight. Again, I was not too much of a fan of that. I thought it was okay. And then the one with uh, TOB1, that was a crazy one as well. Having a android droid be one to become a Jedi, and then all of a sudden he knows how to fight like one. That made no sense. That absolutely made no sense. He had no training, and even though that his professor slash master that he said now was a Jedi, he kept it hidden from him because he did not want to follow the same path. That just seemed kind of silly to me. Even though I thought it was a cool story, it just seemed rather silly to me through most of it. And then also the last one with the Jedi coming back and him having to help his former one that he was in love with, and then him having to choose the dark side because he wasn't strong enough and something was going on with him to where he was not able to face his demons, so to speak, to save her, and then he has to come to the dark side to save her. It was pretty much like a wannabe Anakin and Padme story, mixed with like Obi-Wan and I can't think of her name right now, the one that Obi-Wan was in love with. So it kind of makes me wonder exactly, again, a lot of these were made up, but at the same time, they were based off of some other characters as well, which is perfectly fine, and it gives you time to go on to other characters. Now, again, is this going to go further? Probably so. I'm not entirely sure how much more it's going to go into. Now, some of this, again, I think is kind of far-fetched. Some stories, I think they can work. I mean, I think some are more designed for certain age groups, as well as certain other people that may like one specific episode and that may not like another specific episode. But again, I think there's something in there for everyone that is a Star Wars fan, that if you really like something, that's going to work. If you didn't like this, then it's not going to work. But again, if you like different anime styles, you're going to find one that probably suits you better than the next one. As well as, again, I think Disney, this was a test run for Disney to see how fans would react to not only the characters, but to different timelines, different time frames, Sith Inquisitors, different so-called Sith Lords, other random Jedi, whether it be, a different kind of alien being a Jedi, or a human Jedi, or a droid Jedi, or, a rogue Jedi, or a rogue Sith, or something like that, to where the Sith was not a bad person, or a so-called Sith was not a bad person. He or she was just lost, and they just wanted to make sure that they were trying to find some type of order to what they were doing. And again, I think that a lot of this was great ideas. The animation styles were all pretty good. I mean, again, they probably weren't the best up to par, but at times there was some good animation styles, out of my opinion, sometimes there were not. So again, we did have a crazy voice cast as well, and I think they all did phenomenal, in my own opinion. Again, we had Samal Liu, we had Tamara Morrison, we had David Harbour, we had Lucy Liu even, we had Neil Patrick Harris, we had Joseph Gordon, we had, of course, Jordan Fisher, we had Christopher Sean, we had Henry Golden, we had James Hong, we had Jamie Chung, we had, we had also, if I'm not mistaken, I think we even had legendary I got his name, guys. I just can't think of it right now. Kyle Chandler. We also had a few others, but we had we had an interesting casting here. We really did. And like I said, if you guys were not a fan of this, then again, that's cool. If you were, okay, that's cool too. What did you guys think of Star Wars Visions? Was it good? Was it okay? Was it mediocre? What are your thoughts about it? I'd like to know down in the comments down below. If you guys need to channel, subscribing. Leave a big fat like on the video if you guys enjoy. Click notifications. And as always, I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.